Okay. I believe we are actually back and up and going. The good news is I've recorded all of this, so I'm going to have to splice it together somehow. But
Go figure it out.
yeah. You think you slick, old man. I heard what you said.
No, just an old man.
Either way, you are still awesome. But yes, we are back, and we are back live streaming. And we left off with Sagaricio. You just went ahead and told Captain Jonathan Archer that that you're no good up there. That you're going to go back and help his son Jackson in engineering, correct?
That's what he said.
That is correct.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so you kind of pick yourself up from off the ground and you take off down the corridors. You can't help but to run across Jane Archer, Jonathan Archer's wife. And of course, she's in her spacesuit. She kind of has I don't want to say the rogue hair or colors, but yes, she has this kind of fair brown hair, but she has streaks of white in it just to show a little bit of her age. But as she is going through several of the rooms, just opening slide the doors open and looking inside, calling out for Jill, she stops for a moment, looks at you, and she goes, "Where are you going, Promethean?"
Want to make sure your ship doesn't blow up, Terran.
"My son can handle it. Why don't you return to the bridge?"
Yeah, I seen how he handled a pistol. As much as I'm sure you have faith in your son, your ship is in danger.
And
I don't know about you, I don't like being in pieces.
Neither do I. But also, I have no idea what your qualifications are. Have you ever worked on a ship before? Just because you're a Promethean doesn't mean that you can do anything.
Now, I don't often work on ships, but it hasn't stopped me from working on ships.
So, you're not official crew. You are not a space hand. So you don't know what you're doing.
And you would want to trust all of our lives in the hands of your son, who, as I said before, he's been slacking. I heard his dad.
Okay, you are actually putting up a very good argument. Feel free to go ahead and give me that persuasion check. +2 to your roll.
Oh boy.
Oh, man. But let's see what we got going on here.
Ah, goody, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Inspiration. Because, fuck Avray, Jesus.
Wow.
Wow.
Even better. Yeah, thanks, Avray.
Well, I mean, it's not a 1.
Yeah. So, with that reroll, all right, she just goes ahead, she gets in your face, and she's like, "Look, don't touch my ship, and don't talk to my son." And she continues to go down the corridor, screaming for Jill, and looking in various vents and through other doors. While she's doing that, the choice is still yours. What do you do, Sacaristio? Once again, the ship lurches to the other side, tossing you against the wall, and you hear something being destroyed.
Jackson, more power to the port thrusters.
"I'm working on it, Dad. It's crazy, Dad." Psst, ah!
Yep, as much as I'm sure it's her ship, it's also her husband's ship. He gave me the okay. We're going with that.
Sounds good.
Oh.
they could get into it later.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna make sure that we don't die.
Right? Jonathan Archer, please roll a d20 for me, please.
Just a straight 20.
A straight d20, please. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. That's going to be in effect later, because right now, all of a sudden, all the lights that were lighting up the astral horizon turn off. You hear systems that go two, two, two. The red emergency lights powered by the auxiliary power unit turn on, so there's still illumination, though everything is dimly lit because it's just the red emergency lights. But Sagaristio, you dash past Jane, you get to the engineering, and Jackson is unconscious and in the corner of engineering, and this entire section of the ship is in a mess. You have steam coming from various pipes. You have electrical conduits that are currently surging almost out of control. They will electrocute you if you get close enough, and the entire regulation unit is pretty much on the fritz. But we will get to what you do next time. Once again, another projectile. What it is, you cannot be sure. It looks like it's a combination of a mesh of metal as well as it has a core of energy, but this thing is not moving in a straight line. It actually is curving and twisting as if it is trying to strike the ship. Rythan, Brave Stride. You need to shoot this down, otherwise the ship is going to be in even more peril.
Well, if halfway says I can shoot it down, I'll shoot it down.
Go ahead. Ooh, roll that 1d8, please. But
Damn, that's the same roll I got too.
right.
See, it's because the lights shut off, my dark vision kicked in, I'm good now.
I could see better in the dark.
I relate with that so much, guys.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, you go ahead and you blast it. It's not dead center like Argus's shot, but it is enough to actually blast it to pieces. Oh man, you guys are too good at shooting stuff down. I have so much more peril for you guys to do, especially since Jonathan Archer, your system telling you guys are out of hull points. Every hit is going to cause system failure unless something miraculous happens in engineering.
Let's hope for a miracle.
Brave Stride.
In the meantime, doing the only thing I can do.
One moment. Brave Stride. Do you stay in the gunner position, or do you hop out of that seat and do something else? You don't have to. Just give you the option.
Either way, we already got an engineer doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Tom was helping out doing that. There's 3 hands on engineering. We have 1 pilot. We got someone hearing voices in her head, so we don't know what's going on with that. And we have 2 gunners dealing with any outside factors. Yeah, I think I'm sitting where I'm at.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the outside factors are kind of a thing that we need to deal with right now.
All right. You have chosen wisely. All right. Brave Stride, you stay in your seat. Yes, Captain Jonathan Archer. As screens are flickering out, as you are once again kind of losing a little bit of control of your ship due to the situation in engineering, as your power levels are just plummeting. You have a couple of hard choices to make. One, you can continue to try to steady the ship. All right, if you make this roll, the dogs will bark.
That's a given.
All right, but also making this roll will reduce the DC for the gunners.
Here goes nothing.
All right. Oh!
About time.
Oh! Natural 20!
What he swore.
Fox, do a barrel roll.
Trolls are DC 1.
Okay. No, the DC is not 1. Oh, right. But
Yeah, I'll compromise on 2.
You instead of fighting against these subspace waves, you decide to go with them. You realize that it is interacting negatively with the maneuvering thrusters, and with the power fluctuating the way that it is, you decide to actually turn off the maneuvering thrusters. You decide to go with the flow of subspace instead of fighting for control against it. And in doing so, you begin to realize and feel, all right, because the sensors can't be trusted. All right, what you're looking at, I love that gif. All right, what you oh heavens, wait a minute. Let me see if I can actually show that gif on this stream. But yeah, you close your eyes for just a moment. You feel the controls.
Oh, nice.
Because you made sure that they were mechanically linked directly to the ship's maneuvering systems. And you feel your way through until finally the ship stops spiraling. It stops shuddering. The flight becomes smooth. Excellent roll. Excellent crit.
Yeah.
I don't know how you pulled that off.
Not a moment too soon.
Definitely.
Things were starting to feel a tad dire.
Yes, definitely. Not to mention you are almost to an exit point inside of this wormhole. Good job, man. Next up, Dark Lovely, Aura. As the ship is steadying out, you have already gotten to your feet. You are trying to listen and understand this whispers of ancient Keshian that was only able to be detected by you in the back of your mind. But things seem to be calming down slightly. What do you do?
I'm gonna try again.
All right. You close your eyes. You touch thumb to fingers, doing your best to focus, to meditate, to listen.
I got a 7.
And just as you were almost able to make out a word, Ori kind of breaks your concentration. Your Grace, listen, you need to get into one of these seats and strap yourself in. We can't have you being tossed around the ship and hurting yourself even further. If I must, I will be your cushion.
No, it's fine. You don't need to be my cushion, and I'm gonna find the nearest seat that has a seatbelt, and I'm gonna strap myself in.
Right? I mean, it was right there on the tip of your tongue, and then just because of Ulrich's intervention, you lost it. But yeah, you go ahead, you hop into the seat, and you're just able to touch the armrest, and immediately liquid bands begin to form around you, strapping you in place. With that, you see an obvious sign of relief on Ori as she hops into the seat next to you and activates its straps. All right. Argus!
Yeah.
The tumbling of the ship has stopped. All of you hear a roar and something just gets shredded in the cargo hold. On your screen currently is another incoming projectile, but now its course coming towards the astral horizon is a smooth arc, and the systems, before they flicker out, are actually able to predict its trajectory, meaning that the DC has now dropped to 8 because someone had to roll a nat 20.
21.
Roll that D8. All right. Now it's no longer trying to lead the target, feel the shot. Now it's like, okay, I put the gun there. I pull the trigger.
2.
Okay, cool. If it was a 1, you'd be in trouble. But with that 2, you peg it right on the edge, causing it to spin, and it gets close. We're talking about within meters of striking the astral horizon, but it just soars over its hull. Do you stay in the chair or do you hop out?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty concerned about that roaring coming from fucking cargo.
Yeah, I got that.
Captain, should I go investigate?
Nope, got it.
Okay. I will stay on the gunner position then.
Okay.
Don't
Sounds
suppose I
good.
could use my move to make an additional shot, eh?
No. I'm sorry. You cannot.
Fine.
But
Stingy bastard.
yes, I am. Sagaristio. All right, you made it to engineering. It's still a mess. As soon as power cuts out, life support is going to definitely be next.
Is Tana able to like actually start helping with the wiring or something?
No.
No. Okay.
All right, you have Jackson Archer, unconscious in the corner, trickling of blood going down his face from the top of his head. You have various systems in definite need of repair. What do you do?
All right. Well, first off, I will make sure that Jackson is still breathing, despite the fact that I know he's unconscious. He probably suffered a head wound, getting smacked in the face with the steering of the ship.
Definitely.
Can't take a hit. Then again, he got hit by a ship, so
Right?
no, he's doing better than most.
So true. A ship to the head can definitely lead to death, but seeing as how he's seemingly unconscious, that is perfectly fine. Now, when you said you're going to go to check on him, is this a glance over or a go over?
Quick glance over, I just need to verify that he's breathing.
Okay. Yeah, looking at him, yes, he is breathing.
Okay, I will. I'll help him in a moment as soon as I help everyone else, and let's get the ship back up and running. I'm gonna call out my drones. I'm gonna have them get into areas that I obviously will not be able to fit.
I keep on forgetting you have those drones.
Yep, my little micro drones. So I'm gonna have them working on systems, rerouting power, making sure that life support is on. Make sure that all of the backup systems, well, at least for closing like bulkheads that we need to, in case of a rupture, those are back up online. And yeah, I'll be working on trying to get the power rerouted and get the systems back up from fluctuating and see what I can do about the sputtering power.
So, get this. You were going to have to spend several turns making your mechanics checks to see what you could do about the ship. But since you dispatched your drones...
Leave it to the guy who had 3,000 plus hours on space engineers.
Nerd.
Man, well, I'm almost at 4,000 hours now.
Oh, rub it in.
I know I will.
Oh. Yeah. Give me three mechanics checks at once, please. You remember how to do that with this Avray dice bot, right?
So let's see. It's RR3D20.
Yes. And don't forget the spaces. But definitely. After checking to make sure that Jackson Archer is still breathing, you go ahead and you bring over your cybernetic arm. A little holographic screen appears, and you tap on it to dispatch these little discs about the size of like silver dollars. They just kind of pop off your arm, hover up. They extend their little pincher units and whatnot, and they fly off to various parts in engineering.
20, 11, and 7.
Okay. The 11 and 7 we're going to attribute to your drones. As for you, you definitely got that 20. And guess what? You have prevented this electrical shock that was just getting ready to happen at the end of your turn. Everyone was getting ready to get electrocuted. But you went ahead, you put your cybernetic hand right there into the power regulator and twisted this bar that was responsible for conducting the Sorium power unit to the rest of the ship to the point where it's perfectly aligned. And immediately the red lights that were filling up the entire ship, the emergency lights, they shut off, the regular lights turn back on, and everyone is able to hear do, do, do as other systems begin to come back online. Great job, Psychoristio.
Yeah. Good old space engineering.
Definitely. Brave Stride. Argus. Both of you spot something massive coming your way. Massive to the point that even though you guys are on opposite sides of the ships, you're on opposite sides of the ship. Come on, words. Both of you are able to see this massive object coming. I need you both to give me your dual cannon blaster checks, which you've been rolling before.
One.
And give me the D8s. Because immediately you guys go ahead and spin your cannons around to face it, and you begin just rapidly smashing on the trigger. Just
7 and 4.
Close. It is drawing closer. You guys are blasting off bits and pieces of it as you're just kind of strafing and shooting all around in a circle. And you've definitely whittled it down from it being ridiculously massive to just massive. But it is still proceeding to crash into the astral horizon. Jonathan Archer. All right, with some of the power being restored and no longer relying upon the auxiliary power unit. Now your 360 holographic space dart, whatever you want to call it, is finally, it flickers in front of you, and you see this massive object, practically a small moon, almost coming towards the astral horizon. You see on this little holographic display that your gunners are currently shooting shooting it to pieces, but it's still going to collide unless you do something. I need one more piloting check out of you.
And I throw astrophysics in with to plot a trajectory utilizing any potential gravity the object has.
I like where you're going with this. Yeah, go ahead and give me
all right, that'll bring that bonus to a 6.
Yes, please give me an astro physics check.
There you go.
Oh, okay. With a 22, you realize that, yes, collision is imminent. But as massive as that thing is, you know that it has its own gravity because you're able to actually even see how it's warping subspace around it. And that means if you play your cards right, and now that power is restored, you can actually glide around it. Give me that dexterity check to pilot this thing, gliding it around its gravity with advantage. So type in your usual equation, space, ADV, and the system should be able to roll it with advantage. That is a brilliant idea of using its gravity to escape it and also launch yourself. I believe it's called a slingshot maneuver, right?
Slingshot maneuver?
Yeah, you're going to use this thing that's getting ready to obliterate you, but you're getting ready to use it to...
Sweet!
Woo!
Didn't need the advantage.
Oh, man. And so this massive thing is just getting closer and closer and closer and closer, and instead of you trying to go faster to outrace it... all of a sudden, the ship just turns nose up. And everyone that is in the bridge are able to look up and see this massive thing getting ready to completely slam into them. But then you go ahead and you hit the thrusters. You begin to go around and orbit this small planetoid and launch yourself from it through the exit of the wormhole.
We
The strain was a bit much for the old girl.
bringing her down to a stop as soon as we are out of the wormhole. Shakedown time, boys.
Well, bringing it to a stop is actually no problem because you gave this ship everything that she got, and thrusters are currently offline. Of course, in engineering, Psychorecio, you see more systems can kind of blow and shoot off steam, and an entire portion of containers just fall over, and one pipe bursts.
One pipe burst goes to go and hit him. He just puts up his arm and just pushes it back in.
Right.
A little micro drone comes over, welds it back on.
But you guys are no longer in the wormhole. But at the moment, you guys have absolutely no idea where you are. And we are currently out of combat.
Captain, is there not still something in the cargo hold that needs to be dealt with?
That's what I was waiting my turn to say.
Well, no more turns. What do you all do? But we will actually do this a little bit more organized. Aura! Things seem to have calmed down. You even manage to look over and you see Captain Jonathan Archer kind of like lean back and finally peel his fingers off of the control stick. You do hear over the PA that Argus is concerned about this creature that's roaring in the cargo bay.
Am I still hearing the voices?
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna try again.
Right. And so, are you doing it from your seat or are you going to get up?
I'm gonna do it from my seat.
Gotcha. You go ahead and settle yourself. Control your
Flying by the seat
breathing.
of your pants.
Tee. And what did you roll? What is that? You said 18? Ooh, nice. And so, you listen. You concentrate. You block out everything. And yes, it is multiple voices. Yes, it is ancient Keshian. Yes, it is coming from something from that era. Some item aboard this ship. And the symphony of voices effectively translate to find me. What do you do, Aura?
I know you're not gonna want to hear this, but I'm getting up and I gotta go look for something.
Your Grace, whatever it is that you need, I can go in and retrieve it for you.
You hear the voices?
Well, I'm able to hear Jonathan Archer, and I'm able to hear Tana scream.
So, Ori, I don't think you're hearing the voices. So, I'm gonna just get up. I'm gonna undo my my seatbelt, and I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna start following the voices.
Right. Awesome. Now you're actually able to do either a perception or a straight wisdom check, however you want to do it. But you, as you're taking off your seatbelt, and it once again goes from solid to liquid, and it just kind of slurps back into the chair. Ori does the same, as she is definitely following you. Oh, wow. Does that say 23?
That's
it
what
does.
it says.
You're like, this way. Yeah. Jonathan Archer, you definitely see the princess. She gets up and she leaves the bridge. You're going down one of the main corridors that leads through the center of the astral horizon, and you see a door clearly marked captain's quarters. And it kind of seems as if since it was a 23, no, it's not in the captain's quarters. It's actually coming from down below. And as soon as you hear that, as soon as you feel that, once again, something roars. The ship shakes. Ori, she gets a little bit closer to you, and she scans your face, not with any technology. She just looks it over very intently. Your Grace, I'm aware of that look, and I'm aware of your intention. I believe we should return to the bridge.
Something wants to be found. I gotta find it.
But if that thing puts you in harm's way, I don't think it should be found.
It doesn't sound threatening so far.
If you say, Your Grace. But with that, of course, Ori faithfully follows you. Argus,
Yo,
Brave Stride, what do you two do?
I'm investigating that noise.
Hey, my ship.
I'd like to point. Brave Stride, will you accompany me? I fear that if this ship sustains more damage, we may not have any place to go.
Hey, Cap, what is it?
Turning on internal monitors, cameras, heat sensors, anything that I can get working.
Definitely. You bring up the full spectrum, and on the cameras, there's nothing but white.
Okay?
Thermal
Switching
sensors.
to thermal.
Thermals. Nothing.
All right.
But they don't appear to be malfunctioning. It's just that it seems as if everything in the room is ice cold.
Oh.
That shouldn't be.
Ghost. Let's go deal with it. Wait, I can't shoot a ghost.
Wait, what is a ghost?
Spirit. Oh no. I'm gonna ask you a question. It's gonna make you think for a very long time. What do you think happens after you die? And that's it. That's all I ask, and I walk away.
You die.
You die, right?
Wait, no, this is raising more questions. Come back. after I follow him, is like, do you understand how Ash and Forge are created?
I got my finger on a button. First sign of trouble, I'm evacuating the cargo bay.
Please, not with us in it.
Maybe you adopted a soul on the way.
Sir, my personality is entirely AI generated.
Cyber soul. Who knows?
I do have some fleshy bits in me. They are harvested from the dead. The brain, several other organs are put inside of the body and then grown.
Yep. Probably have a soul from one of those dead body parts.
But what is a soul?
Back to the question. What
Bottom of
happens
a
after
shoe.
you die?
You die. You decompose. You cease to exist.
Yeah. And you let your soul out.
What is a soul?
Bottom of a shoe.
Anyways, we're having this conversation as we're heading towards the cargo, I imagine.
Definitely. You guys are, like you said, you're having this conversation as you're heading towards the cargo bay. A door slides open along the corridor that you guys are on, and Jane holding this relatively young girl that she's possibly about almost 5 feet tall and doesn't need to be carried like a baby, but Jane is still doing it. Either way, she's wearing the cutest pink spacesuit, and she has charms hanging off of everything.
Those are impractical.
So the captain likes him strong.
Either way, Jane comes out. She goes, "You two are going to the cargo hold, correct?"
Correct.
Yeah, we're gonna go shoot the ghost.
Well, I don't care
Again,
what it
what
is.
It's a
Kill
ghost.
it. And with that, she walks past you guys, heading towards the bridge.
Hey.
I'm still unclear on what this ghost is, but if I can stab it.
Ma'am, I have a question. Have you had any weird cargo put on the ship that this may have been in?
Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, we went ahead and dropped off all of our cargo before I came back to pick you up from that planetoid.
So this thing literally got on your ship while it was in space?
Perhaps it was that meteor that impacted us.
With that, the little girl that she's carrying like a baby, even though she's way too big for it, kind of wiggles out of her mother's grasp, and she walks directly to the both of you gentlemen. And she's just looking up at you two, and she goes, "You're a Volna, and you're an Ashenforged."
And you are a small human.
Or a giant baby?
And with that, she tries to grab your tail. Do you let her, or do you move it out the way? A brave stride.
I am very I'm a prideful, this is my tail.
You're like, I'm a
This
warrior.
I'm a like a 5-foot baby.
All right. And so you kind of move it out of the way.
I'm a proud warrior with a strong lineage. I will allow it.
I don't know what I would do. Ma'am, could you get your...
What is your AC?
15.
15.
I love how he tries to throw me with a fucking spiritual loophole, and then you let the child grab your tail, and that stumps him.
That stumps me, man.
Yeah, and she's like trying to go for it, all right? And you're kind of going around the circle, and she's going around the circles around you. And of course, Jane is like, Jill, stop it. Stop. Jill, come here. Come. We're going to the bridge.
I'm just gonna pick her up and then hand her back to her mother.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And so you pick her up, and you walk a couple of steps to give her to Jane, and she just reaches out and she just grabs your ears, Argus. And she's just kind of rubbing them between her index finger and her thumb.
She's a strange one.
You feel weird.
That's something we can agree on.
You smell weird.
That is also true.
And so with that, she goes, "But Mom," and Jane's like, "Stop! You have embarrassed us. Stop!" And finally, Jill, she goes ahead and she takes off a little star charm off of her suit, and she takes off a moon charm, and she offers it to the two of you.
I totally get in the star, so you can be Sailor Moon.
I should understand this reference.
Okay.
I will take the moon charm.
We'll be Outlaw Star now.
Man, who knew that they had anime on the Volna planet?
Right?
Actually, you know what? That makes sense. That would be the first place.
Oh
that
God! All the
had to
furries.
visit.
Yeah, of course they'd have it.
They had to introduce us to something.
That is hilarious because they don't care about any of the sailors. It's like when like the cats get on the screen, they're like, "Yeah,
Yeah, man, that's a cat.
it's Artemis, yeah!"
It's got a star on its forehead. That's the coolest cat ever.
Right.
That cat's got a heavy, thick voice. I love it.
It's goating right now. That's it.
But yeah, so let me get this straight. Brave Stride, you take the star charm,
Yeah.
and Argus, you take the moon charm.
Correct.
Make sure you guys list that down in your equipment and stuffs. Don't worry, it has absolutely no weight.
Lie.
Okay,
It has
fine.
no physical weight,
It
but
weighs
it's got
on his-
emotional. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it weighs on your soul.
Okay, and so with that,
Chain to it? Is it magnetic? How's this work?
yeah, actually, it's both. It's the charm itself. It has a little thin cord that leads to a little magnetic disc that you're able to just, clip onto your armor.
I'm putting it on my gun.
There you go.
At the current time, I'm just putting it in my pocket.
Okay. With that, Jane kind of apologizes, picks up Jill again, and rushes towards the bridge. To which there's another roar down in the cargo bay, which you guys are hitting on. Sagaristio, what are you doing in engineering?
Well, now that most of the systems are at least online and my bots are working to get everything else up, I can at least take some time to make sure Jackson's okay. Fully.
Okay. You go ahead and slide over to him. Put him flat onto his back. Do you have any medicine training or anything like that? What's going on?
Well, I was just gonna stabilize him if he looks to be in a very, very bad way, which would just be my action.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Please stabilize him. I'm not going to tell you that. He's at 0 HP.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, stabilize.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm just basically just to defibrillate with my arm.
Awesome. So you just go ahead and bring up your cybernetic arm. Still rub it with your organic hand, right? And all of a sudden, electricity crackles through it. You put it onto his chest. Even though there's absolutely no one here aside from your drones, you can't help but to say it.
Where?
And immediately, Jackson is like, I gotta fix the ship. Oh,
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, son. I'm on that. You fought the ship, and the ship won.
Oh, wait. Regular lights are on. You restored power?
Yeah, I restored power. I'm getting some of the systems back up online right now. Or over the worst of it by the feel of it. So.
And Jackson, what is that?
What?
You know what? He's like, did you hear that? There's something in the cargo hold.
It's been clawing around for a little bit now, but my concern was here.
Anyway, he goes ahead and he sits up, gets onto his knees, and is getting ready to get onto his feet. And then all of a sudden, for him, the room turns sideways, and he almost goes sideways into you. And he kind of grasps his head. Oh.
I think where you need to be going is going down to Med Bay, or finding your mom or your dad and getting that head looked at. I'm not saying that because what happened earlier. You're bleeding.
Anyway, and with that, of course, he touches his head and looks at the blood on his hands, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I think I gotta get this looked at." Sagaricio, you see his wrist communicator flashing. Apparently, he has it turned to silent. It just kind of flashes a little bit. But I'm sorry. What do you do?
I'm just kind of pointing at him like, you expecting a call or?
He goes, it's probably wait, it's Mom. He taps it, and immediately she is like, Jackson, are you? Oh my, you're bleeding. And then she kind of looks at Promethean. What did you do to my boy?
Saved his life for one, so you're welcome. You can ring him out later, now that he's still alive. Your systems are slowly getting worked on. You're welcome for the power, by the way.
Jackson, get to the bridge now. And with that, she just cuts communication. Jonathan Archer, Jane and Jill finally make it to the bridge, and your wife does not look happy.
Hold down the fort. I'm headed to engineering to see what else can be done to straighten things up.
John, why did you bring a Promethean aboard? You know how I feel about
Just
them.
hold down the fort, and I walk out.
Ooh, you. And of course, Jill's like, Mom, you're making that face. Shut it. Not right now, Jill. And Jane goes ahead and hops on the helm to see what she can do about the ship and find out where you guys are. Jonathan Archer, are you going to engineering?
Yep.
All right, don't worry about it because you actually meet up with Jackson and Sagaristio halfway. Saga, you were taking Jackson to the infirmary, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna help him out to the infirmary because I don't trust him to make it there on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Not with that injury, at least.
Yeah, you do see a decent
take
gash
it from
on his
here.
head. Awesome.
I'll take it from here. Head
All right.
to the infirmary.
If you need me, I'll be in engineering.
Quick
I'm gonna
question.
Yeah?
Not for you, but
Mhm.
DM.
Yes.
Is the ship advanced enough? I've got something like an EMH on board.
It doesn't have a personality, but yes, you do have pretty much like a rejuvenation booth that you guys kind of use.
Okay, as I walk in, slap the wall, hit the control panel, turn it on.
Yeah, it effectively looks like a tanning booth. But yeah, you put him in there and close him in, and he's like, Dad, I don't really like this thing. I feel better.
We'll talk later. And shut him in.
Right? You shut
Not
him
in the
in.
mood to discuss shit.
Right. Of course, he's still talking. You know, Dad, you know how Mom feels about, Prometheans.
Yeah, I'll deal with her later. You just stay in there for the full term that it's set for. Stay quiet. Rest up. You did good. We're out of danger. Don't worry about anything else. Spin on my heel and back out the door, headed for the cargo bay.
Okay. Aura, are you two going for the cargo bay? Because the closer you get to it, the louder the voices sound.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Saga, were you going to say something?
Nah, I'm heading back to engineering to continue working, make sure all systems are at 100% functionality and nothing spurting or trying to shock people or hit them in the head or, squeak in a very unnatural way that might blow the ship apart.
I see. All right. Feel free to go ahead and do a little bit of patch repairing. The DC is 12 for that, and that's going to be your mechanics check. You're using your drones, correct?
Alongside me, yes.
All right. Are you utilizing any of your forging techniques?
Let's see. Since I'm here, I'll use one of my prime techniques. I'll amplify my ability for a minute.
Okay.
So that'll add a 1d4 to one ability check.
Awesome.
I'll do that. I'll do 1d4 plus 4. For a total of 18.
Ah, excellent. All right. You go back into engineering, crack your flesh knuckles, tap on the holographic screen on your cybernetic arm, dispatch your drones again, and you begin to get to work. Brave Stride, Argus, Aura, and Captain Archer. You guys meet at the hatch that leads to the cargo bay. It is iced over. What do you all do?
The locker right next to the cargo bay where I would keep EV suits and pulling one out.
Okay.
Do those come in men's sizes?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, of
Just
course.
give
you
him a
would.
dirty look as I pull my helmet on.
All right. You guys hear another roar along with something just getting completely swatted and knocked across the cargo bay. It's going to take you about a minute to get this suit on. In that time, is anyone doing anything else?
Making sure that I can just still use my sword and shield while inside the EVA suit for sure.
Oh, you're putting one on as well?
I might as well.
Okay. Well, you're able to activate your sword and shield, put it down, put the suit on, and then pick them back up.
Wait. Would I still be able to wear my regular armor over top, or like under the EVA suit, or do I have to sacrifice one or the other?
Okay, well, it will go like this. These things are very stretchy since they're meant to accommodate a variety of alien species.
Gotcha.
So, yes, you're able to stretch this thing over your armor. The only problem is any damage to the suit and, oh well, it's effectively worthless.
Hmm.
And it's
Well-
going to take you even longer to take your armor off, put the EV suit on, and then put your armor back on.
No, that makes sense. I can put it over top of the armor as long as like there's environment
You
in
just
there.
end up-
That's secondary.
He'd just end up doing a Mr. Worf and tying the offending party's cordage around whatever's damaged to seal it off.
Do we not have space tape?
Well, every EV suit does have a little patch of space tape just in case.
Wonderful. It's like flex tape, but for air.
Right?
You're thinking that I'm like, white
I guess I'll,
It works even underwater.
wrap my tail around my leg and put one on, I guess.
Okay, there's only one suit left, but there's only one of you there. Anyway, aside from Ori. Aura, are you putting on an EV suit?
Yeah, Aura's gonna grab the last one.
And so, Ori's like, your Grace, whatever is in there, I don't think you should go in there. I will go in your stead.
Or we can all go. I have fur. It's fine.
No offense to the other one, but is she experienced in combat in any way, shape, or form?
Hey, don't forget, there's a thing called bait. Sometimes it's useful to have bait.
And
No one's
sometimes
bait.
less casualties is better.
Short one will take care of the princess. You stay here. Matter of fact, down the hall and in that next door, seal it off just in case there is a breach.
Sounds good.
Your Grace, is this
Me too,
your
Mr.
command?
I got her.
I am not speaking to you, Terran.
Go.
I belong to the Princess of the Kesh.
Ori, listen to him.
As you command, Your Grace. And with that, Ori stands by the airlock controls. She hits a couple of buttons and the hatch is unlocked, but for some reason it will not open. Aside from,
Because
of course, completely iced over.
I was gonna say it's kind of frozen at the moment.
All right. All of you have
Well-
your environmental suits on over your armor. Remember, any damage pretty much nullifies the suit until you patch it up. And you only have one patch per suit.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna try to strong arm my way through the ice.
Alrighty. Gonna go for some strength here. Alright. Please go ahead and, I'm about to say test your strength, but that's a different system. Give me a strength check.
Test your might.
Hey, Argus, can you shape the weapon you have?
No, it's a sword and a shield.
Mm-hmm. Alright. What?
Wow.
Oh my god!
Ice.
Wow. Okay, skill challenge out the door. There we go.
As it turns out, it wasn't frosted over, guys.
You're just Colossus again. All right.
What door?
Right.
A true alloy moment.
Oh
Hey.
man. They don't know about alloy. They don't know.
That's a damn shame.
I know. I really now wish that we could have recorded that previous campaign. But
How many doors we have frozen over to break into them?
Or just randomly, just like, you need to get really high on this nat 20.
Yeah.
Just like ups, or catching speedsters. That was Alloy's real gift.
oh, heaven. But for our audience, yes, way before this, at the start of 2020, when the pandemic hit, that is what brought us all together, and we enjoyed a Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition game put out by Green Ronin that lasted years. And these superheroes did the most incredible things, incredible feats of heroics, and other stuff.
Yeah. Other stuff, indeed.
Who knows? Maybe I will get decent enough to start doing little recap shorts about some of the highlights of that campaign. But we're playing Esper Genesis, and right now, Argus, by himself, stood in front of this circular hatch that leads into the cargo bay. While everyone else was figuring out how were they going to get through the ice, how were they going to re-engage the hydraulics that would move this reinforced door out of its way, all of a sudden you see this Ashen Forge reach out and practically bear hug this thing, twist slightly. The ice shatters and falls to the ground as he spins the hatch into its housing, clearing the way by himself, because that was getting ready to be a group strength check, but someone decided to roll a crit.
Thanks, Avray.
Mhm.
Shall we? As everyone's just standing there, like, mouth agape, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Inside this
Seen it all
cargo.
before.
And you haven't seen a feat of strength like that before. Let me not say before. In recent years, because you're a bit experienced there.
Seasoned, if you would.
Yep.
Yes, season's a better word. But inside
Hence the salt and pepper hairdo.
Exactly. Oh, as a matter of fact, thank you for reminding me. I keep on forgetting that I can show our beautiful viewers what some of y'all look like if I could ever focus and concentrate on multiple things at once.
It
But
takes time.
It does. It does. But yes, we have the awesome Captain Jonathan Archer with the salt and pepper hair with the eye patch. Tell me, Jonathan Archer, have you already drew your weapon?
Yes, sir.
Have all of you already drawn your weapons? I think that's grammar. Yeah.
I honestly feel like this is a trap, but yes.
You have. Okay.
Because maybe it's peaceful and it's only going to react to us carrying weapons of threat.
Brave Stride. Do you have your weapons out?
I mean, it's probably like on the sling.
So is that a yes or a no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aura, do you have any weapons?
Nope.
Mostly use my mind.
She
Okay.
is the weapon.
Ooh, that's even scarier. Okay. With the path now clear, you guys are able to see this decently sized cargo deck. It would be about effectively 3 stories tall, almost twice that in width, and tearing things up is this being of seemingly white and light blue energy with shifting metal plates that are going all around it, giving a roughly humanoid type of body, of 2 legs, of arms, and something that can be considered a head. But immediately this burst of cold air smashes against your EV suits. You guys don't actually feel it because of the EV suits, and I'm assuming you guys sealed them, but everything inside this cargo hold is iced over. Even to the point of somehow snow is falling inside of this cargo bay. The creature goes ahead and just swipes with its almost misshapen, overly large arm, and It knocks several containers over to the side until finally it turns and spots all of you. It's time for initiative, but the question is this. Do you want to keep your previous initiative totals?
Fuck no.
Or roll new ones?
I'll roll new.
The rest of you, what's your vote?
I mean, I had a nat 20.
Already taken.
Well, not all of us got nat 20s on initiative, yo.
Oh,
Although, my nat 20 for tonight's session was wonderfully timed.
I will roll.
all right. You guys have effectively agreed. You're rolling it.
I got worse.
Yeah. So did I.
Even though I'm not part of this combat encounter.
He's like, just for prosperity, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? They might have me.
Oh, fuck off.
Of course, Saga does it.
Hey, look at me. I'm going first. Yeah, I'm still
You
in
took one of
engineering.
our good rolls, man. Thanks.
Yes, I took one of your good rolls when I went last.
Good roll.
I went last the first combat. And now I'm not doing anything to help you in this combat. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Pretty much. And last but definitely not least, the captain. All right.
Yeah.
Once again, this creature goes ahead and somehow lets out this roar that you see is made by the way it actually grinds metal plates upon metal plates of that are shifting around that kind of forms of head. The sound almost damages your ears, and you're able to see the other storage containers inside of this cargo bay actually shudder a little bit at the sound of it, seeing as how you guys are ground zero for it. But Aura, this thing is about 40 feet in front of you. What do you do?
Does it seem like the voices I've been hearing are coming from the creature?
Not at all. Not the creature, but somewhere inside of this cargo bay.
I am going to try to identify where the source of the voices is.
Oh, awesome. Go ahead and give me that perception check, but this will be your action. All right, even though this thing is roaring, even though it looks like it's getting ready to charge, you take a moment and you concentrate. A bit off to your side, Ori is on that. Of course, you get a, wow,
Nice.
that's impressive, a 22. You definitely know that it is somewhere along the east wall. But even though it seems like there is a stack of containers there that are, of course, frosted over, it seems to go beyond the containers to the wall itself. That is your action. Do you want to do a move?
I would. Can I physically move?
Definitely. Nothing is holding you in place. You could just go into the cargo bay and head towards that area.
Yep, that's what I'll do.
Awesome.
I'm probably gonna just I can't do it stealthily, but just slowly.
Slowly, as in carefully.
Yeah, not
Dang
necessarily
nabbit!
stealthily.
Fine. All right, you go ahead and you carefully head towards that wall. Since you are doing it carefully, the DC has gone down because there's ice covering the floor.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
More like slip, almost slide, almost fall. Give me that deck save, please. The DC, since you're doing it carefully, is 8.
Damn, girl.
You're just gliding along the ice.
Every literally just gave us 3 18s in a row.
Oh, this fight's mine then. All right.
Yeah, for the rest of combat.
We're screwed.
With an 18, all right, you went from just stepping down the slight stairway into the cargo bay to actually ice skating effectively as you are sliding across the ice towards the east wall. Okay.
Any princesses on ice, anyone?
Yep, that's gonna be your turn. Next up is the creep. That was, oh heavens, that gif. Oh my god. Okay. Keep it together, GM. You got this.
It's been a while since we broke him. We need to do it on stream one of these days.
We've been slowly breaking him.
Yes.
Keep track. 63.
Okay.
It's like the Krillin own counter.
Oh heavens! Of all things
Anyways.
for you guys to keep track of. All right, but.
Hey,
Aura.
man, I've also kept track of how many times bureaucracy has saved the day.
Really?
Yes.
We did it the one time.
Don't you remember the planetary protectors?
Oh god, yes, I remember. That.
You have the
Now
right
it's all
pronoun.
coming back to him. Yeah. That one shot
Okay.
went in a very different direction than I expected it to.
It really did. But all right. So with this, like I said, the creature roars. It goes ahead and kind of hunches over, focusing its attention on all of you guys. Because remember, you guys have opened the path to the cargo bay, but haven't gone inside, except for Aura, realizing that what she seeks is right over there, effectively. She hops into the cargo bay and begins sliding over to that portion of the east wall that she hears the voices coming from. The creature tracks her movement, lets out another roar, reaches into its energy core, and pulls out a long shaft of ice. And
It's gonna try and give her the shaft.
it hurls it at her.
That's bold.
You funny. All right, Aura, what is your AC?
Dodge! The look she gave the camera.
Just
It's like,
not
really,
fuck
bro?
that.
Really?
13.
I'm sorry, what was that?
13. 1 3.
13. Okay, very good. And what are your hit points? What's your max?
Well, you said I took 2 points of damage during the kerfuffle with the ship,
This
so
is true.
now I'm down to 7.
Okay. You are down to 0.
Oh, snap.
Yes, as she's sliding across, and after a couple of Disney Princess remarks, all of a sudden, all of you witness this ice shaft go through her torso. And she is still sliding towards the wall, but now she is prone.
I don't think tape's gonna fix that.
Did it reseal itself?
No, you didn't slide and then crash into the containers. You just came to a stop right before them. All right. But the creature lets out another roar and begins walking towards where you are. But that is its turn. Next up is Rylan. Brave Stride. The princess is down. So far, Ori doesn't know what's going on, but she is definitely staring at all of you. What's happened?
I will get in between the princess and the creature. I ignore difficult terrain.
You what?
Yeah.
I love how they're both just like,
Hunter.
yeah.
How dare you ignore my difficult terrain?
Lol.
And so with
And
that, you
I
go
also
ahead.
forgot I had initiative on fucking
Advantage.
Oh, yeah,
advantage
he
on
does.
initiative.
He does, doesn't he?
Okay.
A
Well,
little late on that.
and so somehow this EV suit does manage to mold around your feet, and you're able to extend the claws that are in your feet to grip the ice, meaning that it doesn't provide any issues for you as you dash to get between this creature, which is large, by the way, so it is hovering over you. All right, and the princess, who is
there-
in a bad situation. What's up?
Okay, so my question is there icicles on the ceiling?
Yes.
Cool, I'm going to shoot those down on it.
Okay. You know what? You don't have to be so smart.
I mean, I could burst it so I can hit more of them.
Okay, are you going to burst fire the roof so that 4 spikes fall on them?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Well, it's not as if you have to make an attack roll. And so you slide in front of it. The creature kind of reels back because it wasn't expecting you to just do that. And immediately, with your auto rifle, you just go ahead and spray some bullets above its head. You do a smooth circle, and the icicles begin to waver a little bit before finally breaking, falling, and smashing into this creature, doing absolutely nothing.
Okay.
As the ice breaks apart, it all of a sudden gets sucked into its core. All right. Is there a bonus action you want to do before I hop over to Argus?
Is this a beast?
No.
Then no.
Okay. Argus.
Okay, so I kind of want to use cinematic advantage right here.
To do what? It has to be cinematic.
Well, I'm going to step back and I'm literally going to launch myself and slide across the ground and try to take a slash at its legs as I try to reposition and flank it.
Huh.
It'd be cooler if you're snowboarding your shield.
I like his idea better.
You know what?
Legolas.
Yes, yes. That is cinematic. Go for it. Okay. Yeah. Give me that that dex save actually with advantage.
Nope. Ciao. 18.
Right? And what the heck? Go ahead, give me that attack roll with advantage. And so immediately you go ahead, you back up a few steps, and Ori is like, Ashen Forge, what is happening?
23.
Oh! Roll the damage.
Down on his candy butt.
And with that momentum of you thrusting yourself into the cargo bay, landing on your shield, sliding past it, swiping it with your sword, go ahead and, I was going to say, add 2 to the damage.
Just completely ignore and just watch this.
Watch this.
Only 5 points of damage, sadly. Noot, noot.
And what type of damage is that?
5. It's slashing.
Slashing. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, no problem. You go ahead and slash into it, and your blade kind of pings off of the metal and completely goes through the energy. But yeah, you have damaged it somewhat.
Yeah, it's probably resistant to most physical forms of damage. So if anyone has fire, that might be the best idea.
But yeah, you slide right behind it. You slash its legs. It seemingly doesn't affect the creature that much as you get to your feet and get your shield back onto your arm.
And use my bonus action to enter my stance.
Oh yes. The dreaded stance. Captain Jonathan Archer, what do you do? Once again, Ori is there at the controls, and now she is like, Taryn, is everything all right in there?
Yep, just fine.
And what do you do?
Grabbing a flare out of my pack, igniting said flare, and throwing it at the creature.
That's painfully smart. You guys have pulled out some good moves. Go ahead and make your ranged attack roll. Pretty much a dex save with your proficiency bonus. So D20 plus dex mod plus 2.
That's a total of 6.
Really? All right. 20, definitely. I mean, you just reach into your pack, break that flare open, toss it. You see it spark and twirl and twist as it strikes the core of it. Okay, you can roll 1d6 times 2, or you can roll 2d6. Which one do you want to do it?
I'll do 1d6 times 2.
Okay, so go ahead and type in that command. What is it? !R space D6 asterisk 2.
Asterisk. Okay.
Yeah, we know these average commands. Oh!
Nice.
Oh!
He doesn't
Very
like that.
effective.
Oh,
Burn, bitch.
I give you heartburn.
with that, I mean, these
It really lit up
bursts,
its life, that's for sure.
these bursts of cryonic energy kind of erupt from its core, and it howls in pain before eventually the flare just kind of freezes over and deteriorates inside of its core. But with that, it kind of reels back, holding itself. Good moves. Do you have a bonus action, or are we going to get back to the top of the order with Saga?
Oh, the only thing else I'd do is yell, "Secure the princess." I still have not stepped in the ring.
This is
My
true.
hand is poised to hit the airlock release for the exterior.
Thanks for pointing out the flare trick, because I got 6 of them on me.
Oh no.
I have 5 more.
Ooh, God.
And will it help you
I'm
anymore?
yelling for them to
Yeah,
secure the
flares.
princess.
He yells out that command, and immediately, Archer, you're able to hear Ori gasp, as now she definitely knows something is wrong. Sagaricio, you are inside the engineering compartment, and so far you are getting things back on track and back online. And this ship has definitely taken multiple beatings because you're able to see other terribly done patch jobs. But exactly what could you really expect from Terrence? But
Right.
Better.
what do you do?
Well, while I'm going through systems checks and I'm making sure, I'm probably patched into security as well, just to make sure that's all up and running. Would I hear anything happening?
You do hear a lot of roaring echoing from the cargo bay, but all of the cameras and sensors are effectively blinded. You realize they're all working, but through all of the visual sensors, i.e. cameras, right, all the visual sensors, they're all frosted over, so you can't see anything. Thermal's not coming up with anything because of the thick layer of ice that's blocking those sensors. And it seems most of the controls for that cargo room are also frozen.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure, even with the sensors being effectively blinded, sure the systems would be reporting abnormally low temperatures in there,
Definitely.
which would indicate, there's probably a breach somewhere. So, I'm actually going to activate the emergency bulkheads to close off that area.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have to have air vents in there, so I'm gonna blast heat into that space.
Interesting. Okay, you go ahead and
Nicely
redirect a
played.
whole lot of the heat from the energy relays into the cargo bay. I'm not even gonna make you make a check for that because it's a very easy thing about it. But I do need you to roll 1d4.
Ooh. Do this, we'll do that, 1d4.
Aura, go ahead and give me that death save, please.
What kind of roll is that?
It's
Just a straight up D20.
Mm-hmm.
History roll.
4. Awesome. And so with that, the vents begin to power up, and you start to hear a couple of pipes kind of shudder and shake a little bit. But yes, you are definitely venting heat towards the cargo bay. And her first death save is a 9. Not good.
It's okay. You have to fail 3 times to die. So you have a chance.
All right. This creature goes ahead and roars out as first it was the slash to the back of the leg, and then this thing that went inside of it and burned it from within, and it's trying to actually trace the slight residual heat in the air of where this flare thing came from, and it looks directly at you, Jonathan Archer. And it is going to toss, once again, it's going to reach inside of itself, pull out another ice spear.
Oh.
Yes.
Attack of opportunity.
It is doing a range attack next to a... Yes. I was wondering what you were getting all happy about. I'm like, what you ooh for? This is not coming to America.
No, but it'll be going there shortly.
13?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
And Captain Archer, what is your AC?
More than
13.
11.
He hurls it directly at you, and you see this thing coming at you, and you just witness it go through Princess Aura and drop her. What's your AC?
13.
13. You manage to turn yourself sideways and kind of jump back a little bit as you actually somehow felt the breeze even through your environmental suit.
Oh, God. Ori is probably losing her mind. She's like, what the fuck is in there?
All right, as this ice shaft goes ahead and stabs the wall that was behind you. And yes, that's exactly what's happening. You know, Ori is like, this has gone too far. Your Grace! Your Grace! And she's left the console and she's going towards the opening that leads into the cargo bay.
So, first NPC casualty I feel is coming up.
But not just yet. Because it takes out another shaft and is getting ready to actually swat at you, Argus.
Bring it! Wow, 18
Ouch.
matches my armor.
All right. And so, this is the first bit of damage you're taking, right? Aside from earlier.
No, because I got stabbed by one of those little robots for 1 point of damage back in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken 2 points of damage since we got on the ship because apparently I am clumsy as all fuck. I've got 10 hit points left.
Well, you have one left.
That's enough.
Yet.
And so with that, it somehow forms the edge of this ice shaft into this wicked blade of solid permafrost, and it just swipes it across, tearing open your suit and actually slashing a deep groove to the point of whatever type of blood substance an Ashen Forge possesses begins to leak out.
I'm honestly not sure if they even really have blood. I think it'd be more of like a clear fluid, more or less, just to simulate like plasma and transferring oxygen through the organs.
Unless it's dust.
That's blood.
Well,
It also
there are actual organs inside because they do take things like brains and other vital organs.
This
and use
is
them.
true.
So they would need something to sustain them, but I imagine it'd be more like a clear plasma-like liquid.
But either way, it slashes into your chest, and you definitely feel it as it knocks you back just a little bit. Your character wouldn't move if this was on a grid, but I'm just being artistic.
Dramatic, yes.
Thank you very much. And so, but yeah, it slashes at you. It almost skewers Captain Archer, but rather than Brave Stride, what do you do?
Give me a sec real quick. There was something I was looking up.
You guys also do notice that all of a sudden it stopped snowing inside of the cargo bay.
Wonderful.
Every now and again, you're able to hear a drop of water.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna aim at the core and shoot it.
Okay.
I am flanking it.
This is true. Go ahead, roll to attack. You're +2.
Does it have natural armor?
Pardon me?
Does it have natural armor, or PSD?
Natural armor.
Okay.
All right. And as it turns away from you to slash at Argus, you go ahead, brace your rifle, squeeze the trigger, and all of your rounds manage to bounce off of the swirling plates that are going around its core.
Do you have inspiration?
I do. I'll use it.
All right. You continue firing even though the plates seem to be blocking your progress. Go ahead. Give me that roll.
There we go.
That's better.
Roll the damage.
That's better.
And so now you're sitting here trying. Usually you would be targeting the swirling plates when you're target practicing, but now you actually kind of have to go against your training and shoot at the spaces in between, to which some of them find home.
Nice.
Ooh, nice. 6 points of damage. Okay. And with that, you see the core begin to actually fluctuate, and a couple of bursts and streams of cryonic energy burst from around its shoulder and out of its hip, as now you've managed to get its attention. Argus, though, it is on you.
Okay, well, first things first.
Oh, wait. Rylan, did you want to move or use a bonus action?
Is there any cover in here?
Yeah, you can. About 10 feet behind you, there's some cargo containers you can get behind.
I'll get behind that.
Okay.
So it's back to me now?
Yes, it is.
Okay. First things first, I'm going to be activating Second Wind.
Ah, how much you get back?
Well, I'm rolling that now.
Sounds good. All right.
Wow.
Whoa!
I'm damn near at full hit points again.
And so after it slashes you, you back up. This creature gets shot, and then you go ahead and put your hand on your chest, and like you actually use your grip to close the wound on your chest. All right.
Close the wound and just slap the tape on.
As for my my move action, I'm going to reach for one of my flares attached to the side of my backpack. I'm going to ignite it. I'm going to use my action to jam it right in the fucking core of this prick.
Legit. Roll to attack. Remember, you see that +2 because you guys are still flanking. Roll.
Nice.
All right.
I would like to say, could I do the cinematic advantage again too? But this is already cool as fuck.
Oh, right. So it goes like this. Go ahead. It's the damage is D6, but do add your strength modifier to it.
Any bonuses from flanking for damage?
No. But yeah, after the creature gets shot and is writhing in pain.
Of course, 4 points of damage.
You mean 8?
Sure. Yes, I mean 8.
Yeah, because it doubles.
Yeah.
It would have been really nice to roll higher than a 1, but okay.
But yes, after the burst of cryonic energy coming from its core, after Rylan goes ahead and shoots into it, all right, you reach back, grab the flare, pop it open, reel back, and just completely thrust it into the core of this creature. Once again, it cries out in pain, and the metal scrapes that together that forms its head, and it echoes throughout the entire cargo bay. Do you do anything with a bonus action that I need to know about?
Unfortunately, I already used my bonus action for my second wind.
Got you. That is true.
Yeah, so I am not in my stance right now, which I think was totally worth it after rolling max hit points back.
Yes!
I know I can at least live through one more attack now, so...
Captain Archer, it is on to you. What do you do?
Second flare. Shit.
Inspiration.
Ow. Fuck.
All right.
Inspiration.
Whew. Oh, well, you guys are going through it. And so you go ahead, light it, toss it.
Oh!
It spirals. It's going high. It looks like it's going to go over, but then it lands in the face of this creature. Go ahead, 1d6 asterisk 2.
Also, we really need to do something about the princess after this turn. I mean, like,
I have some. I just
wow.
Wait.
Okay.
That sucks.
Yeah. But it's better than nothing. I mean, my sword only
Right.
does like half damage, so I'm just gonna keep stabbing it with flares until it's dead.
Just keep stabbing it with flares. Okay.
Die! Die! Damn it!
Any bonus action I need to know about?
Nope.
Okay. And so, Saga, are you doing anything, or am I going to go to Aura's second death save?
Actually, since I'm going through since I'm going through the ship, I'm pretty sure I would notice any weapon system on the interiors.
All right. Which there are none on the interior, actually.
Interesting. What kind of ship is this? If I know the sound of the cannons that were firing.
Yeah,
It's-
those are
It's
dual
a cargo
cannons.
freighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely recognize the cannons from there because, reasons. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that there's, even for a cargo ship like this. Okay. What about the sensors? Are any of the sensors back up online? The cargo bay?
Not yet. 3 more rounds before that happens.
Okay.
Go
I'm
ahead.
hearing-
Give me that roll, though, Aura. We got to find out what's going on.
Yeah, but hearing that roars and all that, I'm getting kind of concerned. So yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna...
also you do hear a different roar too, but it's not coming from the creature.
It's like, yeah, okay, fine. I guess they need help, so I'm gonna head on over to the cargo area.
Good news, Cass. 14's a pass.
Yes, it is. She has
Yes,
1
it
failure
is.
and 1 success. She ain't dead yet. I feel bad because she's really been promoting this. It'd be horrible for her to die in this. All right. It's like, guys, check it out. All right, Esper Genesis. I was like, what happened in your game?
She dies super epically in the 3rd session.
In the
3
third
sessions
section.
in, already PC death. Watch and wait for more.
Man, also,
It's like the Roman Colosseums.
oh boy. Ooh.
That's the best advertising right there.
Most definitely. So, with that, Sagaristio, you leave the engineering. Are you rushing? Casually walking?
I'll rush a little bit because, now that I'm hearing additional roaring that didn't sound like the roaring from before, it's like, it's that kind of fight. Okay.
Oh, it's that kind of fight.
Come in and see a giant gray man fighting a fucking ice colossal with flares, and he's just screaming at it.
Yeah, you definitely get to the door of the cargo bay on your turn, but that's going to be it. And before you have a chance to really do anything, aside from the fact you see the captain there, it looks like he's getting ready to probably launch another flare. You do see Ori, and she is getting ready to... she dashes in there.
Oh, dumb bitch.
All right. Since it is Aura's turn, effectively, and she did roll her death save, but Ori typically goes on her turn. Ori is now slipping and sliding across the ice, desperate to get to her princess, but she actually manages to make it over there, even though she almost fell down several times, and even did the whole, listen, I'm just going to be really still and just slide in place, bent over pose. She manages to slide to your side, Aura. That's her move, and she is going to attempt to stabilize you. No.
Just no.
Right? She gets there and she's like looking at all the blood as it's pulling underneath you, and she sees the spear of ice that's through your torso, and she grabs the spear and she's trying to break it, but she can't because she does not possess that type of strength. And so now she's trying to carefully remove it from your body, but that's actually causing a bit more damage.
Can I talk?
No.
You are unconscious as fuck.
Unconscious. You
You're
is
like the
in
drunk
La
white
La
girl at the
Land.
party. You is out.
All right. It is the creature's turn. And it's definitely focusing its attention on you, Argus.
I might have pissed it off a little
Good.
bit, guys.
You heard it. You heard it pretty
I'll
bad.
piss on it.
Hey, I'm not the only person that heard it, okay? Come on, Avery, give it ones.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
There was an error.
I
It's
don't...
malfunctioning.
Is it?
It said unexpected error.
That's weird. So let's do it like this. Actually, let me type
I
it.
think it might have been the at me that caused the problem.
It
because the rest of
probably
the
was.
formula looks right.
No, there's 2 R's.
That when you're rolling multiple dice, you do two.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes. There we go.
Ooh,
Well, damn.
Ow, ow.
So guys, I'm out.
Yes. With that, the creature turns around, it digs into his core, pulls out 2 long ice spears, and shoves both of them through the torso of Argus.
Fuck you, Avray.
He's leaning back, yet pinned to the ground, and so currently his arms go limp.
Well, I'm going to go grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Rylan. Well, actually, he has to make a death save, but I'll worry about that later. Rylan, what do you do?
What I do? Well, I'm behind cover, so.
I'm safe, so I don't care.
Actually, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab the princess and drag her behind cover, and I'm going to treat her myself.
Okay.
I
Go
have
ahead.
a med kit.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Before I do that, there is a couple rules with the med kit.
Okay. What rules are we talking about here?
I just wanted to read. They have 3 uses, and each use gives you advantage on a single wisdom medicine roll made to stabilize a dying creature.
Nice. Okay. Roll to stabilize her with advantage then. I literally did not know that.
That's why I wanted to make sure you knew that.
I see it now. Oh, man. These med kits are very useful.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Oh!
She's super stabilized.
Okay.
By the way, you better be casting some shit when you get up.
Okay.
I'll cast all the shit.
Aura, please roll your hit dice. Please roll one of your hit dice, please. That is going to be how much HP you get back. What is the hit dice for a D8? So yeah, roll that D8 and okay. She's back on her feet, yo. Well, she's not back on her feet. She's alive. Yeah, Argus. Yeah, give me that death save if you're available. And I'm getting ready to describe the situation in a minute.
You're going to have to give me a second. Apparently, when I left, I put my headphones down and hit one of the keys, and I am currently deleting lines of the minus symbol. And there's a lot of them.
Select all.
Yeah, just double click.
Control A. Control A. Use the shortcuts. All right.
Double click it and press back.
B1 with the shortcuts.
The double click's not really helping with that one.
Screw it. Just post it. It's all right.
Fine. That's going to be a space.
Also, now
that was after like almost a minute of holding backspace.
now just roll that D20 for me, unless you get some weird bonus because of you being an Astral Force.
I'm not dead
Yes. Yet. Moving on.
yet.
So yes, he gets the double spears through the torso, causing him to be permanently leaned back.
I've heard of acupuncture before, but guys, I think this was overboard.
Yeah.
While this
Just
creature's
believe.
back was turned, Rylan saw his opportunity, making sure that his claws are gripping the ice as the snow has stopped, and now is a slight rain happening in the cargo bay because of the heat that is coming out of the vents done by a certain Promethean. Brave Stride dashes over to where Brave Stride dashes over to where Princess Aura is, grabs her by her fancy robes, grabs Ori and drags them, slides them effectively behind cover. He goes ahead, braces the shaft of ice with his foot, grabs the other end with his hand, breaks it off, and immediately whips out the medkit. All right, first part, he sprays onto it, immediately clotting and closing all types of arteries and doing internal work before pitting this patch up around her. And final, an air hypo, to which Aura breath returns to your body. Your eyes open. You take that breath of life. You're back to 4 HP. Ori is crying. And she is just hugging you. I thought I lost you by grace. I thought you were gone. I thought I failed you.
I don't want the monster letting.
Shut the fuck up, bitch!
Shut up.
Captain Jonathan Archer.
Yeah.
What do you do, especially now that Sagaricio has just reached your side?
Continuing with standard course of action.
Another flare.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if it's working, why not?
Oh!
Yeah, it's working nicely.
Give me that exclamation R,
boxcar.
1d6 asterisk 2.
Come on, boxcars.
There we go. Right, baby.
As Cobalt is screaming silently.
I am not screaming!
You want to?
His flares are just beautiful. Like,
Oh my! Do you realize that this man has done almost 30 points of damage with flares alone?
Typhoon 44.
These are fine.
Get flared.
Captain Jonathan Archer, do
Oh, he did it!
you want to describe how you dispatch this creature?
As much as I'd like to, you do so much better than I could.
Okay, I just want to make sure if you had something special in mind that you could do it. But yeah, as soon as Sagaricio gets there, you kind of look at him a little bit out the crack of your eye. You stay focused. You stay on target. You are looking at the horrible sculpture that is Argus. Pierced with 2 of these ice spears through his torso, he is currently leaning back and looking directly up, practically lifeless. You did spot Brave Stride dragging the princess to cover, working on her with the medkit. You heard the touching reunion of Ori with Aura, but then the creature was right there, out in the open. You ignited the flare, its red burning energy, causing that red glare over your face. You drew back, and with your free hand pointed directly towards the creature's makeshift face, and you let it fly. Perfect spiral as its red light arcs across the frozen cargo bay. It bullseyes this creature's face, bounces off of the individual plates that create its head before sinking down into its core, to which the flare itself creates a small explosion. The cryo core of this creature begins to warp and bend and destabilize before finally it just explodes, and metal shards that compose of his body go flying everywhere, yet missing everyone. The creature is gone. The ice begins to melt faster, and the fight is over.
Fix him.
Fix him!
Looking at their jerseys, fix him.
Man.
I realized he was broken. Hold on. I am gonna go up to Argus.
Only physically and mentally.
Yeah. I'll do this thing with my hands again. I'll rub them together, and as it electrifies,
Clear!
no, I'm just gonna start slapping you
Okay.
while it's electrified.
That
Wake
is
up.
definitely not what I was actually expecting. More like the clear, not the wake up.
I'll be a little bit gentler with smaller creatures. You can handle it. Wake up.
I see how it is. The big man can take big slaps.
Exactly.
Fine.
Right. Oh boy.
And I guess I'll remove these icicles too
Oh yeah.
while I'm at it. Wake up!
Wake up! Why don't you put on a little makeup?
Oh, but yeah. Argus, you're back on your feet. Like I said, the threat is over. The ice is thawing. Aura. It hurts to move tremendously. But what do you do?
Can I move around like I normally would, just like I'm injured?
Yeah, so still holding, your stomach. I take it you're going to go towards the sound of the voices, correct?
Did you
I'm
remove the
shuffling
ice, or
over
is it
the
like?
voice.
Did you remove the ice shaft from her torso, or is it just still sticking out?
He took it out. He broke it off and took it out.
Hey, Aura, we're shafted buddies.
Of all things to say in the cargo bay.
We're the hottest kebabs on this ship right now.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, this is my first experience with DP, and I didn't enjoy it.
Because you got to consent first.
There was no consent.
Wait a minute. Do I have to put up
You
a
learn to
warning
like
sign
it after
again?
a while. It's
Oh, shit!
You should have left it up.
Okay. Let's get to this
Permanently.
scene, guys. Let's get to this scene before he gets really out of hand.
Little advisory goes up.
Wow.
That's it, man. There is no like.
I'm gonna put it up. All right. Wait a minute, guys. Listen. Warning: the following content
This is a failure on your
may
part.
contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. All right. Accordingly, viewer discretion is advised.
You just got demonetized so fast.
We're not
We were
even
never in the
monetized.
first place.
Yeah.
You going negative, man. You're already freaking red.
Either way, Aura,
Anyway.
holding your core. All right, you still shamble towards the sound of the voices as they are getting louder and louder, almost to the point of torture. But you manage to find the wall, and you find this segment of the wall that it seems like it can be removed. Ori is, of course, completely at your side, being your crutch, holding you up. Your Grace, you must lay down. You must give yourself time to heal. You're going to tear your sutures. I've almost lost you, Your Grace. I cannot lose you again.
It's fine. You're here with me. I'm almost there. It's right here.
But is it worth your life, Your Grace? And Aura, you definitely have moved the portion of the wall to the side, and inside is a small container. Sleek, hard plastic, black. Seemingly, it has a biometric lock onto it. Captain Jonathan Archer.
Yep.
That container definitely belongs to you. And you are to transport that container that she's currently fiddling with to a party to which I cannot name at the moment. But let's just say that party would extremely not like if something happened to his delivery.
Oh there, princess. What you doing?
It's asking to be found.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be found just yet.
Do you know what it is?
Nope. Don't ever ask. Just get the paycheck.
If I cover the difference, will you let me open it?
The parties involved wouldn't like that.
But is the party involved more powerful than a Keshian princess?
Potentially.
Yeah.
Who's the client?
Can't tell you.
When does it need to be delivered by?
Soon.
Mm-hmm.
Can I talk to
Yeah,
the
no.
thing?
Ooh.
Oh, come over by the buyer and take the container away from her.
All right. You pick up the container. Aura, you want to know if you could talk to it. As a matter of fact, seeing as how it's kind of repeating itself over and over again in your mind, it seems like you can. What do you say to it?
Can you tell me what you are?
The voices, they stop saying, find me, find me, find me, find me. And after you ask your question, they answer with, we are power. We are your power. We are yours. You possess the royal blood. You must wield us. Our power is yours.
Captain, the thing in the box is saying that it belongs to Keshian royalty. Who are you delivering this to?
Told you, can't tell you. Then I'll head for my quarters.
Captain, you got anything stiff to drink on this boat?
Check the galley.
Okay.
Most definitely. Captain Archer, you make your way back to the captain's quarters, and you do have an additional safe in there to which you're able to put this container. After doing so, you feel this deep pang in your heart. It almost is impossible to breathe for just a moment before finally your heartbeat begins to accelerate rapidly. All of a sudden, the room you are in disappears and you find yourself in this completely black space. Oozing itself from the darkness. Red eyes stare at you, and then finally a form, something akin to an old earth werewolf, appears around the the red eyes. It approaches you and you realize that this is the contact. The contact for the organization that no one else knows you belong to. It stares at you quizzically before finally telling you, we are getting impatient. Delivered the package. You have
On its way.
1 week.
Not a problem.
You blink a couple of times. The room is back to the way it was. Your heart rate returns to normal. Your breathing begins to slow. And that's when your door slides open. It's your wife. Listen, we need to... And then she looks at you. John?
All right. You got the coordinates we're supposed to make a drop to. Get us underway.
We need repairs first. We need major repairs, and you won't believe where we are.
Where are we?
She goes ahead and then brings up a device that projects a hologram of the galaxy. You guys were in what's called the inner colonies, close to the core of the galaxy. Effectively, just a little off of the center of the Silverane Arctic Galaxy that this setting is taking place in. That is where the Keshite Rift is. But now, she goes ahead and shows you that there's this ping of green energy almost outside the entire galaxy. You all, the astral horizon, are currently on the outskirts of the entire galaxy, a place called the Rim Sectors. Almost into the unexplored reaches. She looks at you, John. We have possibly just enough sorium to make it towards this deep space station here. I believe it's called... She goes ahead and looks at the information. It's called Pale Ivaro. But look at its status. It was recently attacked. They may not be accepting any ships. What are we going to do?
Let me do some plotting, and I'll head for the bridge.
We'll plot fast. And also, we're going to dump that Promethean off at Pelivaro.
You're gonna leave the Promethean alone. He's been a help.
I will not. They always
Hey.
think that they're better than us, all right?
Hey,
Listen,
hey. Don't forget, my ship. He'll follow my rule. I got this. Settle down. And I'm assuming she's talking as we're walking, because I'm headed for the bridge.
yeah.
The hell with her setting coordinates. Yeah.
You get into the captain's chair. She gets into the helm, and she goes, "Yes, you are the captain of this ship, all right. But this discussion is not over."
It is for now. And I'll start setting course.
Most definitely.
I do agree we need repairs. I can see that. But I don't agree with her assessment. Taking a look at my secondary charts, locked away in my head, plotting shortest course to a better station.
Definitely. You begin plotting your course and checking systems. The rest of you, as you guys are emerging from the cargo bay,
Oh, I'm doing xenobiology on that creature.
go ahead and give me that roll. As
Have
you
fun
guys
with that.
are leaving, aside from Rylan, that are leaving the cargo bay, you guys come across this small, kind of cute girl, and she's looking you all up and down, and she's just a smidge taller than Tana and Ori, even though Tana's not there.
No, she's still frozen on the bridge.
Still cradling that poor console like it's her lifeline.
I'm telling you, she is cradling it like drunk with a toilet. I'm telling you. But anyway, with that, the little girl, she looks you guys over, and she goes over to you, Aura, and she looks you up and down, and she goes, "You're beautiful."
Thank you. I'm also injured.
Princess, I could use a drink. I think you could too.
You're a princess?
I mean, most of the time.
What happened to your stomach?
Well, there was this thing that decided I would look better with a hole in the middle of my body. So, it's
You
an
have a
aesthetic
hole?
choice.
Can I see? Can I see your hole?
Yeah, I'm just gonna uncover it and be like, yeah, look.
This is wildly inappropriate.
And with that, Ori is like, "Princess, you can..." Small Terran, leave.
Hey, how many times in my life am I gonna have a giant gaping hole in the middle of my body? Like, let's look at it. It's gross. I want to look at it.
Princess, I have two currently. You're doing great.
And so with that,
See, this guy gets it.
the little girl, she reaches over and she pulls off another charm. And she looks at it and she gives it to you. It's actually a little charm of a comet. And with that, Ori gets in the way. She goes, "Wait a minute. Hand that device to me."
It's not a device. It's a little magnetic charm. Even look, I've got one. And I'm going to hold up the moon charm to her.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is what do they call it? It's a gesture of friendship, and I take the charm.
I was going to say it's a weird custom, but okay.
And with that,
Activating the intercom.
Mm-hmm.
Jill to the galley. It's time to start preparations for the evening meal.
"Yes, Captain Daddy." And with that, she goes ahead and skips off.
Sorry, Captain Daddy threw me off. I wasn't expecting that one.
But
That almost sounds like sugar baby talk right there. Yes, Captain Daddy.
oh, stop it. But with that, little Jill, she goes ahead and skips off. You guys kind of look at one another. Rylan, you are going over the data of that creature, that being, that thing. And so far, you have never encountered anything like it before, and you can't really identify it.
That's some bullshit.
You may have to consult the ancient records. But as the mystery of that creature races through your head, Brave Stride, and you go to join the others.
I want to take the core from it.
Well, the core exploded. There's no core.
Oh, there's no like shrapnel of it or anything like that.
The metal plates that were swirling around it, yes, there are some of those that are stuck into the walls and floor.
I'll take that.
Ah, make sure you list it in your equipment.
Thank you.
All right. But
Another party I'm sending to the galley.
What was this called again?
Jane.
I don't think that was what the question
know my
was.
calculations.
yeah, she's at her console, angrily plotting in course and pretty much evacuating certain parts of energy to effectively thrust and glide you guys over to the deep space station, Pel Evaro. But my players.
As I said, I'm sending her to the galley too.
Gotcha.
I'm taking over on control.
Sounds good. You send her off. She has some choice words for you that only you and Tana hear.
Yeah.
Which we're not going to say out here. But as she leaves to go towards the galley, as you get the controls, players, we're going to bring it to an end here. Whoo! Man. Honestly, I thought you guys were going to bite the dust. I was worried.
I was convinced I was going to die. I was convinced.
Right. But let me go ahead and do this outro. What an adventure. Thank you again for joining us. I hope you enjoyed, and feel free to activate that like button. I want to thank my players, Alloy, Master Draco, Dark Lovely, Tonto Tomahawk, and Typhoon 44. And I hope to see you all back here for another adventure in Esper Genesis.